Donald Trump has threatened all sorts of trade sanctions on Mexico at 25% tariff. But why is he doing this? And I think the answer is there's four things that Mexico knows it has been doing to us with impunity, especially under Joe Biden, that are not sustainable. The first, it used to run under NAFTA $10 to $20 billion trade surplus. And then it went to 40, then it went to 50, and then during Donald Trump's first term, he renegotiated, it kind of stayed static. Now it's over 175 billion. But get this, it's mostly due to China evading tariffs on China by sending raw product materials to Mexico, computers, phones, appliances, to be assembled by Mexicans and then sent under free trade agreements with us to the benefit of Mexico and China. But 175 billion, that is the second largest trade surplus of any country. That's getting close to China's itself.
Victor Davis Hanson breaks down Donald Trump's latest warning to Mexico: fix the trade imbalance, stop the border crisis, and crack down on cartels, or face massive tariffs. But why is Trump taking such a hard stance? With a staggering $175 billion trade surplus, much of it due to China using Mexico to bypass U.S. tariffs, along with $63 billion in remittances and billions more funneled through cartel operations, Mexico has been exploiting the U.S. for years. Hanson lays out how unchecked immigration and economic manipulation have reshaped North America, and why Americans are losing patience. Will Mexico's new leadership finally take action, or is a major showdown inevitable?
Number two is that we had this open border. Mr. Obrador, the former president, said it was a beautiful thing that 40 million people, Mexicans, had come in illegally to the United States. 12 million or more came in during Joe Biden's tenure. That was all done with a contrivance of Mexico. Remember, Mexico looked at that open border as a win-win-win-win situation. Number one, in Frederick Jackson Turner's theory of the safety valve, they thought that when people were dissatisfied and underserved in Mexico, especially southern Mexicans who were indigenous and subject to a great deal of hostility and prejudice by Mexico City, they would go to El Norte rather than march on Mexico City, and they did. Number two, they felt that they would form an expatriate community. And that expatriate community, which, as Mr. Obrador claims, is 40 million people, I don't know if it's quite that large, but they're a powerful force for the Mexican government's point of view within the United States. There are 50 consulates that Mexico puts in the United States to develop that chauvinism and that pro-Mexican attitude among Americans, residents, and citizens. Number three, the remittances. $63 billion come to Mexico, and that money comes largely from illegal aliens. But more importantly, it comes from people receiving state, local, and federal subsidies. So you, the taxpayer, in terms of health subsidies, education subsidies, housing, food subsidies, are freeing up cash to send $63 billion back to Mexico. There's another problem, and that is the cartels. They welcome in with the connivance or neglect, I don't know how you want to term it, of the Mexican government, Mexican product shipped from China. So China sends factories that are controlled by the cartels. That is another issue that Trump wants to address. Add it all up. If you add $20 billion at least that the cartels are profiting from American, as well as sending illegal aliens through coyotes and through guides into the United States who pay the cartel for illegal crossings, and you add that 20 billion to the 63 billion in remittances, and you add the 63 billion to the 175 billion in trade surplus, you're looking at almost $260 billion of American cash that's going to Mexico, and they all have that one thing in common. They all share a degree of illegality. They are breaking trade agreements by reassembling Chinese products and running up a huge surplus. They are breaking immigration laws by exporting people here and then sending back cash, $63 billion worth in remittances, and they are breaking immigration laws through the cartels. Donald Trump, in this case, has far more cause to be angry with Mexico than he does with Canada. But what we are witnessing in conclusion is a complete re-examination of the entire North American paradigm of three once close nations. I want to add one thing. Mexico thinks that we're not serious, but they should look at the recent Pew International poll. For the first time, 60% of Americans have an unfavorable view of Mexico. And if they think that having Mexican nationals shut down American freeways and wave the flag of the country under no circumstances which they are willing to return to, why burning the flag under all circumstances they want to stay, and that's going to win back American public approval. It's not. So if President Sheinbaum was wise, she would negotiate with Donald Trump, get that trade surplus from 175 down to 30 or 40 billion, help secure the border, look at the remittances, allow us to put a tax on 10 or 15%.
If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up.